Okay, Coach, let's ask you, new quarterback, receivers still got to do the things the same way, I guess, but does it change up the way you guys approach at all with a different quarterback in there?
Not really. We've been talking about having a young guy in there, making sure we help him, kind of like a pitcher going for the no-hitter. You gotta make some plays for him and help him go. So we're going to do that for Josh, but we got 2 freshmen there on the outside as well, so a lot of freshmen out there, freshmen throwing to freshmen. So we're going to line up and focus on us. If we had 3 or 4 seniors out there that were seasoned, that have been used to the same quarterback for 3 or 4 years, it might be different. But we're so worried about what we're doing out there to help him out. We just got to focus in on our jobs.
Yeah, different receivers like the ball at different places. Some like it higher, some like it lower. Does Josh know exactly how your receivers like it yet? In practice he hasn't had a lot of reps, but I'm sure he's had some. Has that really kind of been worked out yet?
I don't think Coach Jake talks about ball placement and making the receiver a runner, but I'll be honest, he's kind of swimming with protections and where's everyone lined up and those kind of things. So he's dialed in on what he's got to do, and he's just got to get it around us, and we'll go make a play.
Hig only had 2 catches on Saturday. He had a couple good games in a row before that. What kind of happened on Saturday, and how do you guys get him back on track?
I don't think anything happened. I think it was the way the game just got dictated, maybe from a defensive standpoint. And so it was nothing Pig did. He played a good game. It was just kind of the way, the flow of the game, and kind of how it went, circumstances.
So this week, do you expect him to be more part of the game plan than he was last week?
Yeah, I mean he was a huge part of the game plan last week. We just might not have gotten to it when we wanted to. So he's always going to be a big part of the game. Thank you. What's up, guys?
What's the challenge for your guys with a young quarterback? Or you just ignore the fact that he's just the next guy in? You don't talk about, hey, we gotta pick up the slack for him more and that type of thing.
The only thing that we've talked to him about is, understand that he's a freshman. And when I say that, we got to go in there and make some plays for him. I mean, he's got a big job on his hand, and we understand that. And we got to go out and make some plays and help him. And I think the guys will rally around that, But at the same time, those guys out there on the edge are pretty young too.
But they've at least played some.
They've at least played some, right? So we're going to focus in on us, and if we can do our job really well, we'll help him out too.
How maddening were the drops last week?
Maddening. They're always maddening. Any drops are maddening deal. But I think for the most part, we also made some really nice plays. Just the way the game went, it wasn't a clean game, but we also made some plays when we had to, but we just came out of the short end. And we were playing from behind a lot too, so I think the guys were pressing a little bit. And when you're young and all of a sudden you start to panic a little bit, you press a little bit, and I think that's what happened.
How much better when you watch tape is Mark Harris? I know we seem to ask this question every time, but it looked like Saturday his routes were crisper than they were even in the South Carolina game. Did you see it that much?
Absolutely. I think all those guys are improving weekly. It's nice to see that people see the improvement out there because they are improving. A lot of investment, a lot of time, a long way to go with him. But you can see him making some plays, feeling some more confidence in what he can do. So, yeah, slow improvement every week, absolutely.
Coach Pig Howard was a guy that had really kind of turned a corner versus Georgia and then had a great game versus South Carolina. What did Alabama do to him to really disrupt his pattern?
I think they got out on us 28-0. I think that really disrupted kind of the whole game plan. And that really kind of threw us for a loop and just kind of maybe had some plays that we were designed to get to him maybe to play a game all the way to the fourth quarter and didn't quite happen. So we had to do some other things. It was nothing really that Alabama did as far as schematically to take him away. It was just them playing really good defense and kind of taking everybody away. I mean, for lack of a better word.
I mean, where is kind of your guys' confidence at this point? At coming off just a hard-fought game where nobody really had success.
Well, I don't know if I'd say no one had success. I know Marquez had a real good game. He had a bunch of really good catches. We did have some success. We had some guys open too. We just weren't on the same page as far as maybe one route we were completely open and protection broke down. The next time we protected and we didn't get open, so we just weren't in sync that way. I think they had a good game. I think their confidence is at an all-time high right now. I think they understand when you really dissect that game. They played confident. There were some plays to be made that we may have left out there, but I don't think their confidence is rattled or shaken. They still see the improvement. There was improvement that you could see in that game when you take one play at a time. There's still some good things that they did, so they're pretty confident still. Yes, ma'am.
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Is it another kind of a